Hey guys, welcome. I'm Brian, and today we're talking about how to get to Koh Tao from Hat Yai. Koh Tao, as you know, is an amazing island, but first you've got to get there. So let's look at how to get to Koh Tao from Hat Yai. Okay, so the journey from Hat Yai to Koh Tao can take anywhere from 9 to 17 hours depending on how you travel. The cheapest way is the train and ferry combo, which will set you back roughly $28 to $60. There are also direct bus and ferry services available, costing about $40. If you're looking to get there faster, you can take a taxi and ferry, but that'll be the priciest option. Pro tip, using apps like Grab can help you save some money on taxis. Whatever you choose, it's always a good idea to book your tickets in advance, especially during the busy season. So, the main ways to get there are train and ferry, bus and ferry, or flying part of the way and then taking a ferry. Each has its pros and cons, so it really depends on what's important to you: cost, time, or convenience. There's a minivan that leaves Hat Yai at 1 p.m. from the Borapit travel van office and a bus at 9 a.m. from P Plus Express. If you're on a budget, the train and ferry is the most economical, plus you get to see some nice scenery along the way. The bus and ferry combo is another cheap option, and it's a bit faster than the train. Just remember that bus and train prices and times can vary, so double check before you book. The train and ferry option takes 14 to 17 hours, costing $28 to $60. The bus and ferry takes 10 to 12 hours and costs around $40. Let's talk about the train and ferry option first. It's a classic way to travel in Thailand. You take a train from Hat Yai to either Chumpon or Surat Thani and then grab a ferry to Koh Tao. The train ride itself is a cool experience. You get to see the countryside and local towns. Train times can change, so check websites like 12go.asia before you plan your journey. When you get to Chumpon or Surat Thani, you'll need to transfer to a ferry to Koh Tao. There are lots of trains from Hat Yai to Chumpon or Surat Thani every day, and plenty of ferries from those places to Koh Tao, especially in high season. It's best to book your tickets early, especially if you're travelling during peak times. You can book online through travel agents or at the train and ferry stations. Always double check the timetables as they can change. The cost depends on the train class and ferry company. Now, the bus and ferry, after you get to the mainland, you'll need to catch a ferry to Koh Tao. Ferries usually leave from Chumpon or Surat Thani, and the ride is pretty scenic. It usually takes about 2 to 3 hours depending on where you leave from and the weather. Companies like Lompraya and Sea Tran Discovery have regular services. To make things easier, get a combined bus and ferry ticket. It covers both the bus and the ferry in one booking, and it's usually cheaper. You can find these tickets at travel agents and online. And you'll take a bus from Hat Yai to the ferry terminal in Surat Thani or Chumpon, and then hop on the ferry to Koh Tao. If you're short on time, you can fly part of the way. There are no direct flights to Koh Tao, but you can fly to nearby islands or cities like Koh Samui, Surat Thani, or Chumpon, and then take a ferry. Airlines like Bangkok Airways, Lion Air, and Air Asia fly to these places from Hat Yai. Flights are quicker, but they cost more. Book your flights in advance, especially during busy times, for the best deals. From Koh Samui, Surat Thani, or Chumpon, you'll need to take a ferry to Koh Tao. Koh Samui has the most ferries, but Chumpon and Surat Thani have them too, including night boat services. The ferry ports are well organised, so it's easy to transfer. Just make sure to check the ferry times to match your flight arrival. Flight prices can vary a lot, usually from $50 to $150. Book early and be flexible with your dates to get the best deals. Some tips for your trip: think about your budget, time, and comfort level when choosing how to travel. The combined bus and ferry ticket is the easiest option. Pack light, bring sunscreen, a hat, swimwear, and comfortable clothes. Have your passport, travel insurance and tickets handy. Have some Thai baht on hand. When you get to Koh Tao, there are lots of places to stay, from hostels to luxury resorts. Book in advance, especially during high season. Common questions. You can travel most of the journey by train, bus or plane. The ferry takes 2 to 3 hours. There are night ferries from Chumpon and Surat Thani. No direct flights to Koh Tao. The best time to visit is March to September. That's it. Any questions? Drop them in the comments. Safe travels.